And you guys do me a favor and let me know if you hear me. Okay. Guys, chat something in there. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the delay again. Got stuck in a little bit of traffic last minute. Okay, thanks, Ryan. You guys hear me loud and clear? Okie dokes. Um, Today we're gonna definitely go over swipes as promised, guys. I'm probably gonna go even over more swipes, even more on the next session because, quite frankly, I was thinking that Manny was going to be around for this, but he had some stuff to show you guys too. But we will definitely be going over swipes today, and most likely taking care of some issues. I know some of you guys have been having some issues with the different autoresponders, and you want to know what we might be able to do for an alternative and stuff like that. So, without further delay, again, guys, welcome to the webinar. As you guys know, if you want to raise your hand so you can actually talk to me, that's great. I encourage people to do that. Otherwise than that, I can just, right off the bat here, before we get into the swipes thing, right, I kind of want to be here for you guys and make sure that any concerns or issues you might be having can be addressed. So let's just start the questions. I think, Ryan, you got the first question right there. Okay. Manny is actually the one, Ryan, that has a more close relationship with Emma. Um, we're not totally sold on email sender right now, just so you guys know. We're using it. It was a good solution, and we still think it's good, but it's obviously it's not perfect. But it's the one solution that allows you to import your list right now relatively easily, right? So for several clients that were removed from GetResponse, even though we do recommend trying to get back on GetResponse because we have a better system now, it was obviously a solution for those people to quickly get their list imported. Okay, so guys, if you're just getting here now, I'm going to be covering some swipes and stuff like that soon, but I want to make sure I can address any concerns or issues people might be having. I know some people were concerned about email sender in particular, how many clicks they were able to get out and stuff like that. Okay, no one is what, Ryan? Jack, what is email sender? Jack, email sender is an autoresponder company just like Aweber or GetResponse or GBO. They happen to have a relatively lax importing, I guess, ability, for lack of better words. And some of the clients that were removed from our band, whatever you want to call it, from GetResponse, we've been putting them on there because it's a good way to get their list back pretty quickly. I do want to reiterate, guys. I'm just going to make this perfectly clear here. Is that our system, our system uses some special software that enables us to plug you into the back end, right? Using a rotator and all that stuff. But the only trade back with that is it leaves a footprint, okay? It leaves a footprint that looks a little bit unusual to some companies. And GetResponse is one of the companies that the old system we were using, they could see that footprint. And we're thinking that's the reason that they got suspicious and started removing people. However, the new system that we now have should not have that problem. So because of this, that's why we are encouraging people to obviously try to use a different credit card number, a different person if you can. The best situation would be that above plus a different computer, with a different IP address. But we do recommend getting back on GetResponse because our new system should have fixed that problem, okay? And GetResponse is a solid autoresponder. There's about 4 or 5 autoresponders now, guys, that we actually recommend. So if you guys are struggling, and if because you got removed from one, you're not where you want to be, we can most likely get you onto an additional one, okay? We just have to take you guys on a one-by-one basis to do that, okay? Jack. Oh, Jack, you're talking about the URL for email sender? It's real simple. It's just emailsender.org. That should take you there. Okay, Ryan, excuse me, guys. You're saying it's just the delay in time between emails. Their send time. Yeah, I have seen that. I've definitely seen that, Ryan. There seems to be more delay going on with what you want to call it, email sender getting the swipes out. Overall, though, 9 days. For real, Ryan? Wow. Did not know about that. Did not know about. I've never. You might be right, but I've never experienced more than maybe like 6 to 8 hours on my end personally. Although that's obviously not ideal. Uh, 9 days late for some. Okay, that's really crazy. Obviously, yeah. And you know what, guys? I mean, at the time, that was our best solution. Um, we might not. We might choose a different one after them. Okay, and here's one point I want to get across, guys. Is a lot of people get concerned when they lose a list, and by no means, I mean, is a cool. I mean, we're not happy that it even happened at all. Okay, but we're just everything we're doing here is trying to get you guys as many leads possible as quickly as possible, right? So we have to use some special programming to do that. So things like this can happen, but the new system should be much more flawless in terms of that. And you got to understand that everything we're doing is trying to give you guys as much boost, as much growth as possible, as quickly as possible. Really, Ryan, 3 to 5 days. Um, okay, just a quick poll here. Can you guys, just with a number, just like with the single number 1, 2, 3, can you guys all tell me how many autoresponders you are on right now that you're actually mailing from each day? Okay. 2, 3, we got 3, we got 2, we got 2, we got 2. Almost everybody's on 2. Okay. Yeah, and let me just single out, if you don't mind, Baron, Jack, and Mick. What 2 autoresponders are you guys on? Each of you guys. Baron, Jack, and Mick. Okay, Mick, get response GVO, email sender, and get response, Baron, GVO, and yeah, well, at least that's good because you guys are at least still on get response. I don't know whether you guys open up a second account or not. Okay, so here's the next question for you guys. Everybody, give me the average amount of clicks you're able to currently send per day with 3 to 4 mailings to each of your autoresponder accounts. The average amount of clicks you're able to send each day, based on 3 to 4 mailings to each of your autoresponder accounts. Okay. Okay, Mick, 100. Okay, that seems a little low. Let me see here. John, 125, 130. Okay, let me see here. Jack, 100, 100, 100, 100. Okay. Ryan, you're doing 250 to 300 with 4 to 5 mailings. Interesting. Um, okay. And, let me see here. Okay. And let me just, sorry to keep doing this to you guys, but I'm just trying to get my finger on the pulse of what might be going on here, okay? Can you guys all let me know, just with a numeric number, how many months how many months have you been in the stage 2 list building for? Okay. Okay, Todd 1. Stage 2 list building, $20 a day, 150 leads a day, give or take. Okay. Todd 1, Ken 2, 1, 1.5. Okay. Okay, going to guess 2. Okay. Yeah, I think let me ask you. Sorry, I'm trying to think here. In that 4 to 5 because emails from sender. Okay, here's what I think. I think there's actually 2 issues that have been going on, guys. The first is I do believe that GVO for whatever reason has started getting less deliverability than it used to. I don't know why, but from what I've seen across the board, it's just not getting the clicks the way it used to. Um, the other thing with that is, do you guys know what I mean by when I say tricky or sneaky swipes? If you guys know what I mean, say yes or no. Okay, let me know. Do you know what tricky/sneaky swipes are? Jack, no. John, no. No, 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 no. Really? Let me rephrase that. Do you know the kind of swipes that are like we're transferring money to your bank. Whatever receipt number, blah blah blah. Now you know what I mean. Do you guys all know what I mean now? Okay. How many of you guys use those sneaky swipes at all right now? Say yes or no. Okay, this is a critical thing right here. Okay. Yes, yes, no, 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 no. Okay, I'll explain it again, Todd. If you've been in this game for any length of time, and one of the things we recommend is that you get a dummy email list, right, on Gmail or something, and you subscribe to every solo ad list you can, right? Because you want to start getting a feel for the kinds of emails that people send, right? There's two kind of main swipes in this business, right? There's the simple, straightforward, make a specific amount of money in a short period of time, right? We've all seen those ad nausea, right? Like I just discovered this 3-step money making trick that makes X amount of money in 15 minutes a day. Check it out, right? The link, that kind of a thing. That's the old standard kind of thing, right? But the other one that we do like to use to some extent is what we kind of call tricky swipes. Okay, these are the swipes that they look a little tricky. Like they're kind of, for example, there's one that really pulls well is we're transferring money to your bank. Right, it almost sounds like a PayPal email. I think PayPal actually has that exact kind of email. Okay, here's the bottom line, guys. The tricky swipes will pull about 3 to 4 times the amount of clicks that the non-tricky swipes will pull. Okay. And I think Manny at a certain point was advising people not to use them at all. But the honest truth is, everybody in the business uses them to some extent. So if you're not using them at all, I would at least do 1 or 2 a day. Okay. Particularly on services like GVO and Email Sender, and a third service that we're going to be talking about tonight that I'm going to actually recommend you guys get on. Okay. It's another good one that we now like. I would say half of your swipes, make them tricky. And I'll go over some of these as examples when we get to the swipes section of tonight. But I'm telling you guys, like I've looked inside clients' accounts, and there's people that are complaining that they're only getting 30, 40 clicks, off of a 5,000, 6,000 person list, but then they'll do a sneaky swipe and they'll get like 133 clicks. So I think it's something you don't want to use like all the time, but 1 or 2 of your mail outs per autoresponder, right, per day. I do recommend using a sneaky kind of tricky swipe. And we'll get to those in a little bit, And again, this isn't a relationship model, If it was, of course, we wouldn't be using those kind of swipes. I will say one thing on top of that is you want to try to tie them in to your body copy, right? Like, for example, we're transferring money to your account. You could start off the beginning of the email like that's the exact message you'll be seeing every day when you implement this 3-step money making trick link. You see how you were able to kind of tie that sneaky kind of subject line into that? The bottom line, guys, is these days people's email inboxes get bombarded, right, with these kind of emails. So you really sometimes need to have things that really hit them in their gut. You know what I'm saying there? Okay, that was so that's the 2 things. I think overall, some of these email services, deliverability has weakened a little bit. But on top of that, I think some people were using some more sneaky swipes in the beginning. And I think a lot of you guys kind of either were warned by Manny and you kind of freaked out. You overreact a little bit. Doesn't it piss them off? Honestly, Donald, not anymore. I mean, these people are getting bombarded with, the next shiny object every single day, multiple times, So who knows? Maybe, but it's all about getting the clicks, Um, so I'm just trying to think real quick. For those of you that have been in the program for, especially if you've been in the stage 2 for at least 2 months, you should definitely be at the 200 click a day level easily. And obviously, I think if some of you guys lost get response, that's going to hurt you a little bit. So I'm actually going to bring up a new autoresponder, not to keep hitting you guys with autoresponders, right? But I'm going to bring up an alternative that's really good that I'm going to recommend you guys get on if you really feel like you need to increase your clicks, okay? Todd, do I think deliverability might have to do with email sender sending emails via PHP? Todd, I have no idea. That's beyond my tech skills, if you want to say that. Jack, did you get a response saying your list is tired, inordinately? Which is that? Are you still on Get Response with that account, Jack? Or do they ban you because of that? You're still on. You're still on the get response, right? Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's just these lists will be tired. You know, these lists will naturally be tired because we're hitting them hard. And okay, as I was saying, it's really not the biggest deal, Jack, because it all goes back to the fresh blood thing, right? I mean, the truth is that once these leads get over three or so weeks old, they really, I mean, their responsiveness declines probably by a tenth. I mean, down to like 1/8 or 1/10, right, of what they were in that first 3 to 4 weeks. So when people worry about not being able to import, I really say, what's the big worry? I mean, it's only the top, freshest month of leads or something on your list that's going to get you like 80% of the clicks, if you know what I'm saying. Jack, there is a way to clean your lists. I'm not sure if Manny has a video on that, but there's list cleaning services. I can recommend one to you. Um, PM me after this webinar. I think there's a lady named Ria actually on Skype. She's also a solo seller, I think, and she has a good method of doing that. But guys, if you've been let me just say that if you've been plugged into the stage 2 list building for over a month and you're struggling to send more than 100 clicks a day, something's wrong. Okay. And the two remedies, okay, that I'm going to advise you guys: A, if you really feel like the autoresponders that you're on right now, maybe you got kicked off a GetResponse, right? Um, maybe you feel like email sender is just not delivering the clicks or whatever. If that really is what you think is one of the problems, the autoresponder I'm going to recommend you guys to get on is called eBizAC. Okay? And let me subtext this, guys. If you can't get back onto GetResponse, I guess if you're already on GetResponse, different story. But if you were one of the people that got removed from GetResponse, and that's when your clicks kind of took a tumble, try to get back on GetResponse under your spouse and a relative, different card information. Okay, I would do that before you get onto eBizac. eBizac is like kind of like you know, it's good, but it's not as good as GetResponse. Okay, can you guys hear me now? You guys let me know if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me now? Oh Lord of mercy, what is going? Oh, looks like I'm back now, guys. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, this thing cuts out every once in a while. Did you guys get my answer there? What I was saying is, here's the two problems I think that occur to you guys click-wise, okay? I think it has to do with your swipes. I think if you guys aren't sending any sneaky swipes, like I talked about, which we will do some showcasing on in just a bit, definitely at least do one or two of those a day out of your 4, right? If you guys don't already know, I recommend mailing 4 times per day, 5 hours apart from each AR, okay? Definitely. No, Jack, you can't hear me. I think other people can. I'm not sure. Okay, guys. So that's the first thing: is at least one or two of your daily swipes, make them the tricky swipes. They get like 3 times, 4 times the clicks. Okay. That's the one thing, and the other thing is if you do need to get on, if you either got pulled off a GetResponse or you feel like the autoresponders that you currently have aren't getting enough clicks or whatever, then I'm going to recommend either get back on to GetResponse, try to use a different spouse's name, okay? Try to be a different person to the largest extent, Um, I hate to tell you guys to have to do that kind of stuff, but let's face it. I mean, this is a bit, you got to do what you got to do. If that's not an option for you guys, I recommend eBizac. It's I'll type it in here. Make sure you guys get that link, okay? I'll get to that question in just a second, Jo, if I'm pronouncing your name right. Um, yeah, so guys, so I want to be laser focused here, right? Because I'm all about solutions and getting you guys where you need to be. Okay, that is your third, Ryan. It's eBiz. Okay, great, interesting, isn't it, Ryan? Because you're the guy that's sending how many clicks right now? Where are you at? Ryan, how many clicks are you sending again? Look at that, guys. 250 to 300. And let me ask you this, Ryan. Are you sending any sneaky swipes each day? No. Well, that's good news for you, buddy, because let me tell you, add one or two sneaky swipes, you'll be hitting 500 clicks a day. I can virtually guarantee you that. And of course, guys, this has to go, you have to do what you're comfortable with, I mean, you have your own morals and ethics, but in the end of the day, these people like to get their itch scratched. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of our average subscriber is really not serious. They're not buyers. They're not really willing to do any work for the most, or they're not able to do any work. Some people have really hard lives. Some people have no time. I mean, God bless them. But if you're in the solo ad biz, we're already sending emails that are kind of hypey and stuff. So sending a couple sneaky swipes really does not seem to be a big deal to me. Want to make sure I got everybody's Jack, I do not think eBizac does take imports, but they get fantastic deliverability, and I really do like their interface. Honestly, it's really clean and simple, and it's really fast loading. As far as deliverability goes, they probably get on par with GetResponse. Did I answer that question? Two people asked me that question. They do, but yeah, in all honesty, guys, though, if you get on eBizac, I would really recommend just don't do an import, don't raise any flags, stay low to the radar. You know what I'm saying, guys? And it's just my advice, But again, if we do get you on, I want to keep drilling back to keep us focused here. If you've been in this stage 2 for at least a full month or a month and a half, and you're still only sending about 100 clicks a day, okay? You're probably not using any sneaky swipes, combined with the fact that your swipes probably aren't up to par. And B, you probably need to you probably either need to get back on GetResponse or add something like eBizac to that list because, so that's kind of like the main solution I have right now, guys. But, just by, let me tell you this, just by adding two sneaky swipes, guys, to your daily 4 per autoresponder, you should be able to rocket to 200 plus just by doing that. It's a big secret. It really is, It's a huge secret. Let me bring up. I'll get to your thing in just a sec, Jack. What was I going to say? Oh man, what was I going to say? Something else we are testing right now, guys, and we're having really good results for it. And this actually is related to what you just asked, Jack. Is what's called a self-hosted solution. Give me a yes or a no. Do you guys have any idea what a self-hosted email autoresponder solution is? Donald, yes. Not really, Jack. Ryan, ARP Reach. There you go. Yeah. This is something, it's kind of like a secret weapon, for lack of better words. Another secret weapon that me and Manny have been testing behind the scenes here. And basically, I'll just describe it really quickly, it's basically what you do is you sign up. Let me try to think. There's 2 parts to it, right? There's a software program / script. You could think of it like WordPress, sort of, okay? That you purchase, okay? And this software program, you could think of it as like your autoresponder software, like just like any kind of autoresponder, right? When you log in, it has a user interface, whatever. There's that you buy for the self-hosted. And then you need to have it hosted with a company that specializes in email deliverability, right? Like me and Manny right now, we use ARP Reach as a software. It's really good. And we use that with ARP Cloud, which is basically they're the people that make sure your emails get delivered. Okay. Now I don't want to get too into the nitty gritty of this because I don't recommend anybody to get onto this anytime soon. But this is kind of like the holy grail of never ever worrying about dealing with middleman autoresponders, if that makes sense. With these self-hosted solutions, yeah, I can. I still don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Jo? I really apologize, buddy. Let me see here. Yeah, but this is something we're kind of working on in the back, guys. And until we kind of nail it and we know it works perfectly, we don't want to bring it out to you guys. Does that make sense? Because it actually is a little bit more expensive at least in the short term to get onto it. It's like $200 a month or something like that. The good news is though, I mean, you never have to worry about what you send really. You can just, you don't have to worry about these autoresponders auditing you or any of that stuff. So we will be updating you guys ASAP with that. Yeah, I said, Ryan, the ARP reads, excuse me, the software is about like $199 or $299 or something. And I think it's like you're pretty much going to spend about $200 a month to be able to send. I honestly need to look at the numbers again, but we kind of did the math, and based on our clients basically, and being able to send 500,000 clicks a day, you're looking at $200 a month, give or take. Now the benefit of this is these third party companies. One of them's called SendGrid. One of them's called I think it's just smtp.com. The one we're using is actually through the same people that make ARP software. But I think they outsource that, honestly. I think they're just a middleman to the third party company that specializes in just delivering the email, right? In any case, guys, just keep that's something in the background that we are working on. And we will recommend it as soon as we've really perfected it, right? Anyways, let's just Jack, that's interesting. I'm gonna take a look at that. Maybe we can have a talk about Sendy, is what he's saying. Sendy. We'll have a talk about that after the chat. In any case, here, let's see if I missed any questions here. If you guys have any questions that I didn't answer or didn't address, can you go ahead and do them again? Because I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Yeah, we're going to go over some swipe stuff in just a little bit. Baron, if GetResponse lets me import my list, I'll have 9K subs on GetResponse and email sender. Should I email the 9,000 subs with? Yeah, absolutely, Baron. That's one of the secret tricks we use. We in the stage 2, those 150 leads, give or take, every day that you guys get deposited onto all your autoresponders, whether that's 2 or 3. Okay. So yes, that's believe it or not, just by emailing, we've gone over this before, but just by emailing the same list or leads from a different pen name using a different email swipe, you're going to get about 40% at least, give or take, more clicks, more unique clicks per day out of the list. If that makes sense. If you guys haven't been doing that, by the way, that's another big reason why you're not seeing the clicks you need to see. I assume most of you were doing that already. Excuse me. All right. Thanks for sharing that link. I'm just going to call you Jay for now, okay, buddy? Okay. Let's see. Todd, we need a solution for email sender integrating with Epic Squeeze. My question to you, Todd, is with our system, you shouldn't be needing to be really integrating Epic Squeeze with anything. Are you doing your own thing? Are you doing your own thing with your own money and stuff like that? You hear my question? No, but some customers are asking me to show them my squeeze page. Okay, well, they don't really have any right to see your squeeze page personally. So I would just say, what's the best? The truth is, if somebody, what we could do just to satisfy those customers is actually just create a squeeze page for you guys if that question does come up. As you guys know, we have you plugged into the back end of my various sales funnels using a rotator. And so we use dozens of different squeeze pages at any different point in the funnel, at different times. So we can't show them a squeeze page, if you know what I mean. That being said, the solution to that, if they are weirded out by that, is Manny could go ahead and create a squeeze page for you real quick to just show them. Okay. All right, let me see here real quick. Yeah, I mean, let me see. Yeah, okay, answer that question. Excuse me. Yeah, Jack. I mean, I'm definitely going to go over swipes in about 2 minutes. I just want to try to finish up asking any more of these questions. Not selling, not selling. Ken, you're saying not selling solo ads. I'm posting the system. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but feel free to fill me in to listen. Excuse me, guys, twitching. Some customers. Okay, we went through that already. Ryan, I'd rather keep that a secret. It's been working well for me, and that's how I'm able to get 100, 200 fresh leads a day. Yeah, you're talking about the stage two, right? Exactly. I mean, that's why we designed it. We did it for your benefit. you know? Yeah, and there's no reason to tell people. We don't want people to know about that. You kidding me? We don't. No reason for them to. It's none of their business, really. Honestly, how you get your leads. You can even make something up. Honestly, to say paid traffic. Whatever. Uh, okay, Ken, you're having some issues not getting anyone to buy ads from you. We hear this from time and time again. For sure, there are days that are slower than others. You kind of, I mean, especially lately, I've noticed lately some of my clients have been saying, especially the last 3, 4, 5 days, it's been a little tough. Um, I don't really know the answer to that, but from what I've seen, most days, if you're willing to do a little hustle, I mean, you should be able to sell, even if you got a discount all the way down to 30 cents click. Okay. The other thing on top of that is if you are not in CPA networks yet, get into some. How to get into CPA networks is it's plastered all over the Warrior Forum. It's plastered all over a lot of make money. You can Google it. How to get accepted to CPA networks. The main thing is that the main thing they want to know is that you're a serious publisher. Publisher is anybody that can drive traffic. Okay, guys, and that they're going to want to know how you build your list, which the answer is always paid solo ads. And you could even add something else in there like paid solo ads and SEO, right? Organic, whatever. And they oftentimes want to know what vertical do you operate in. That's basically make money online / biz ops / work from home. Okay. Um, so that's pretty much the answer to that. Ryan, when asked for your squeeze, you say that. Okay, yeah. I mean, guys, like nobody really has a right to pry into your business. I mean, for all they know, you have a trade secret, right? That you developed, and that you don't want the whole world to know. But if sometimes these people just need a freaking answer, and you could just if they're being nosy, just tell them what they want to hear. Whatever. That's what I would say personally. But yeah, I mean, if you guys find a lot of customers are actually wanting to see your squeeze page, the reason they probably might want to do that is because they want to try to sniff out some kind of co-reg, right? Which we do not do again for the thousandth time. But show them we'll put up a squeeze page to satisfy them. Okay, guys. Um, okay, that looks like the last question for now. Any last remaining questions, guys, before I go over some swipe stuff? Last call for alcohol. I'm joking around. Let's if you guys have any questions before I get into swipe stuff, anybody want to ask something? I'm not going to get into too much because, in all honesty, guys, there isn't that much new to learn. I'm just going to go over some swipes, and I'm going to show you some sneaky swipes, some non-sneaky swipes, and I'm going to show you like what I like about them. You know? Okay. Well, I'm not seeing any more people asking about that, so let me go ahead and log in. Let me just make sure you guys can't see my screen yet, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay, give me one sec here. Just want to make sure I have the right swipes at my disposal right now. Bear with me one more second here. One few more moments here. Oh, you know what? This wasn't even the email account that I wanted to be on. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. Go. Can you guys let me know when you can see my screen, please? Excuse me. You guys probably know I have Tourette's, so I make some Twitch noises sometimes. Forgive me. But if I can make money, you guys can make money. Put it that way. You know, I don't say it there. Okay. Can you guys see it now? Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go over some stuff I see here. Okay, guys. I mean, if you guys have been doing this for any length of time, I think Manny created a video on swipes to some extent. But I'm just going to tell you like what strikes my eye, and when something's a sneaky swipe, I'm going to point it out. Okay. Okay. I'm just starting. This is one of my email accounts where I get a lot of swipe emails from people. Right. Um, I need a yes or a no. That's more a relationship kind of list, I think. I actually don't know how that one converts, but one second. The first thing is actually what I already looked at. This one right here, your $1,364.83 commission. Okay. This is what I would classify as a sneaky swipe. I mean, you know, that's kind of hard to say. That's hard to not open, right? And, you might say, well, we're all jaded. We've all seen that before. Well, when you're just scanning and you're kind of not on guard, that can make you open. So that's a sneaky swipe. This actually pulls extremely well. I've used it before myself or something similar to it. Let's take a look at the body. And the funny thing is the body can oftentimes be the same kind of, quick and easy money, short period of time kind of thing. But look how I look, and I'll be honest with you guys, I tied this. This is actually this is one from me. Okay, guys? Look how that short little body copy. Here's, look how I wrote this. This 3-step system is already sending $1,364.83 commissions to hundreds of ordinary people. One link. That's it. You see how simple that is? But I was able to use a sneaky headline. You guys see that? And I was able to tie it in to the body. Now, by doing this, you pretty much eliminate the whole deceptive swipe problem that I think some people were having because you tied it in. You tied it in, and it's not that hard to do, So, I mean, honestly, guys, if you guys are having struggle with clicks, you have my permission to copy this, but just be advised that other people will also be copying it. So if you can make it look a little more unique, go for it. All right, let's see what's going on here. You see it? You see it? A notice 6 days ago, Ryan, regarding what? Regarding what with that email? Can you clarify? Like, did you use that email a couple days ago? Did you see me use that email a couple days ago? Or stays in brackets? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking, Ryan. Let me move on here for the sake of people. And if you have a question, we can get to that afterwards. Okay. I'm just going to keep scrolling down now. And the stuff that, honestly, guys, if something hits you in your gut, you want me to click it again? Okay, right? Now what? What's in brackets? You're making me curious, Ryan. What you talking about? By the reply button. Oh. Yeah? What about it, buddy? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually haven't mailed a solo for like that since that day, believe it or not, because I was doing so many other things. Hope that answers the question. Anywho, let's take a look at what else we got here. Okay, swipe wise, how does 250 an hour sound? I like that. That's kind of like, but I would kind of consider this one right here kind of like the status quo. Specific amount of money in a specific period of time. So this is kind of like what you guys have probably all been doing. There is something I like about this, and I want to actually use this time to illustrate a point. What I've noticed a lot of you guys doing, because you just you haven't been doing it that long, is some of your headlines are excessively wordy. Okay, you want to always keep in mind pithy, pithy, pithy. The shorter the better. Okay, so like a more novice person might write this like, "How would you like to make $250 an hour each and every day?" Like for the entire headline, right? That's just not going to get opened. Okay, you really want to smack them in the head with it almost without them having to read it. Does that make sense? Just by them like flicking their eyeballs on it, you want it to almost like register that like a thought. You know what I'm saying? Um, I would actually probably even rephrase this by getting rid of the how does and just do $250 an hour, and then um, maybe in parentheses 7 positions left. Okay, that's one of those like scarcity things, and it actually sounds like a real job, right? It actually people love like all those things that like home survey worker positions, you know um, you know work from home typing on your computer. People love that stuff. People eat that stuff up. It has the air of something real because it doesn't sound as hypey as you know use this 3-step system and start making 10 grand a month within the next 2 weeks, right? When you that's a little gold star tip for you guys to keep aware of. The swipes that have to do with like a spit like 7 home typer positions available or 7 home survey worker positions available, those tend to pull really good because people kind of say to themselves, you know what, I can do that. That's something I can do. That sounds like a real thing, little gold star tip there. But yeah, the point I wanted to talk about just now was shorten the headlines. Okay, this is good. This is decent, but it would even be better as 250 hour typing job, and then in parentheses, hurry, right? Or 7 positions available. Get to that main point, right? Get to that main benefit or whatever the main gist is as soon as possible. Does that make sense, guys? Is that helpful at all? Anyways, but that's still, let's take a look at the body, right? I'm going to go through this with my brain real quick. After finally getting Erica to fall asleep, I received a ding from my iPhone, waking her right back up. Excuse me. The cool ding from my iPhone, cha-ching. This is interesting, guys, because what this guy's doing here, and this is sort of like an advanced strategy, and it might not be designed for maximum clicks. He's trying to be a little bit personable, right? He's trying to sort of let you in on his world a little bit. Talking about his daughter, I think, the baby waking up. And this isn't bad. It's a different style of swipe. Um, it's interesting though. It's interesting for you guys to study how. And although I wouldn't recommend you guys do this anytime soon, if you know what I mean. Okay. So I guess what I'm saying about this is I would say mediocre, decent copy, right? But it isn't go for the jugular stuff that I kind of like the best, where it's just like short and sweet, get the click, you know. So I hope I made some kind of sense there. Um, Short and pithy was the main point, and I would actually write this differently personally because this guy's almost taking the middle line road, if you know what I mean. But I guess I'm going to spend some more time going over some more sneaky swipes here. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Let's just keep going here. Right. So you talk about a real sneaky swipe. Look at this one, guys. HTTP error 503. The service is unavailable. Like, really? I mean, that's just ridiculous. But I bet you it gets tons of clicks, right? Let's take a look. Hi, everyone. We had a very crazy day today. As you could see, this offer was so hot it destroyed our servers. Very cool, guys. This is a very cool little swipe, Like, I mean, I don't know how many people would want to open this, but I bet you a lot of people would be curious, right? It's a sneaky swipe for sure. And, and here's the thing, guys, knock them off. I mean, copy it, I want you guys to go through your emails and get used to going through your dummy email accounts and cherry picking out swipes like this. One thing me and Manny talk a lot about is half of your swipes, or at least one of your swipes each day, ideally 2 from each autoresponder you mail from, should be brand new swipes that you're testing. And 2 of them, or around half of them, should be proven winners of the past. Does that make sense? Because when you're doing that, you're constantly building up some new, fresh, a repertoire, if that's the right word, of more unique new swipes, right? Keeping it fresh. You're keeping it fresh, right? So I like this. I like this for multiple reasons. It's sneaky. This will get a ton of clicks, most likely. It's short and sweet, right? And it's short and sweet. Look, just, hi, everyone. We had a very crazy day. link. And I also like the way he kind of tied it in. It was so hot it destroyed our servers, right? He actually, and you know what? Point illustrated, guys. Point illustrated. He tied in this to the swipe. Let me ask you guys, how did this person tie in this subject to the swipe? How did he or she do that? Somebody give me an answer. You guys still with me here? Okay. Oops. Oh, hope you guys are still with me. I don't see anybody messaging me, but I'll go ahead and say it right now. You know, this line right here, the offer was so hot it destroyed our servers. You know, that suddenly made it the whole thing congruent. That's why they got the error 503. You know, hopefully that made sense there. There's almost always a creative way to tie in the body to a sneaky swipe. And I want to good stuff. Thank you, Tom. Cool. Twitching like crazy right now. God. Very use this as like a case study. You can have the most tricky, ridiculous, kind of conniving, almost headline. This is what I mean, the headline subject line, and you can always find a way to tie it in. Look, I'm gonna go over this one more time. HTTP error 503. Like, imagine seeing that right here in your inbox. I mean, nobody writes stuff like that. That alone will stick out. You know, open it up. Hi everyone. We had a very crazy day today, as you can see. This offer, there's a link right there. It was so hot it destroyed the servers. This thing's got a lot of curiosity in it too, right? It was so hot it destroyed the servers. How hot was it? Like, what was this thing about? So anytime you can inject curiosity, people eat that stuff up. They're going to want to click, right? So this thing has so much stuff going for it. It's got the sneaky headline, which will get tons of opens, right? It's nice and airy, not much text. That's the second point to take note of. He ties it in marvelously to the actual sneaky headline, so he theoretically should pass any kind of problems with the autoresponder companies because it's relevant, right? And he also injected a whole lot of curiosity into it, right? And I guess the final thing I would say is he uses two links, and the first link is very high up, a couple more blurbs of text, another link. So those are all reasons why I like this swipe, you know? Feel free to knock it off, you know? I bet you he probably knocked it off. So let's keep going on here a little bit more. You wanna see an example of a horrible one? Look at this one. A real system. I mean, come on, right? Talk about the worst thing ever. A real system, right? You wouldn't even see that at all. Okay. I'm trying to keep going. Okay, here's another sneaky swipe. Two sneaky swipes in a row, actually. The first one here, as you probably guys can imagine, commission code activated. There's a sneaky swipe. You know, you guys, once you're in this for a while, it'll just get in your blood. You know, you'll be able to you'll just feel when something's a weird kind of swipe. Anything that has the word activated, like your account activated, a certain product name activated, anything with these like receipt numbers, like order number, blah 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 blah. Those are all like the sneaky swipes, right? Guys, if you're not using any of these, use at least one or two per day from each autoresponder. I guarantee you'll be sending 100 more clicks minimum starting tomorrow. Okay? That's just like obnoxious. I don't know how this would work, but you might just get a lot of clicks. It's so obnoxious. It almost forces you to click it, right? Interesting how this person's using this kind of a format. That sticks out too, doesn't it? Hey, who's at the door? It's opportunity. I'm tired of knocking to get your attention. But you didn't hear it. Get access now. I don't know. Interesting. Worth testing. There's, it's funny because this one always kills you guys. And, you know, a lot of people use this one. We're transferring money to your bank. You know, it's been beat up lately because everybody's used it, but PayPal says that, right? And there's another little secret for you guys to be aware of. Anytime what's a major company that sends tons of emails, right? That everybody kind of knows how their emails are, right? I'm sure eBay has some. I know PayPal has some, obviously. Um, I'm trying to think of another example, right? But this is the point right here. PayPal's email that it always sends out to you, unless they've changed it, whenever you withdraw money from your PayPal account, is we're transferring money to your bank, right? Or at least it used to be. Guess what, guys? That alone will force people to open it. You know, guarantee you. That's why this thing pulls so darn well. Okay, and this person did a pretty decent job of tying it in. We're transferring money to your bank is the headline. Hey, their email, and you guys can all do this. You can insert their email dynamically. You don't need to though. You asked us for, excuse me, a great system to help you rake in some cash, and we're processing it now. Here are the details. This one's a little more sneaky because it's a little more manufactured, for lack of better words. But guys, this will get killer clicks. Killer clicks. Let me see. So those are the kind of sneaky swipes, guys. Let me see this. This is interesting. Very interesting, guys. Look, Facebook warning. Everybody loves Facebook. Everybody loves their PayPal account. They can't live without them, right? So when you see whatever you love and then warning or even account warning, you think that's going to get a lot of opens? You betcha. You betcha. You could modify this and just say, PayPal account warning, right? Facebook account warning. Let's see how we tied it in, right? Very, very cool. Very generic. Very generic, right? Hey, have you seen this? Check it out here. It's weird, guys, but when you this is so curiosity based and it has the warning, so there's some fear that the guy and fear is a very, for better or worse, a very powerful driving emotion, right? When you combine fear, right, fear of loss with curiosity, let me tell you, I'm going to use this probably tomorrow. This thing is, I can almost guarantee you this will smoke almost anything out there. This swipe, I wouldn't be surprised if this swipe gets like 300 clicks or 200 clicks from one send of it. Honestly, hey, have you seen this? Check it out. It's on hundreds of people's Facebook walls. You kidding me? So it's on hundreds of people's Facebook walls. Is this something? Is this a new policy that Facebook has instituted? That's big news that everybody's hearing about now. You think that's going to drive people? You betcha. Word has gotten out. Okay, guys, this might just be the most badass. For lack of, I'm sorry, excuse my French. This might be like one of the most badass swipes I've ever seen. Okay. Hope that was. Is this illustrative? Illustrated to you guys? Hope that was. So those are all like the sneaky swipes, right, guys? Those are the sneaky swipes. Here's more of a. I like this headline. This is for like a. Let me see here. Right here, 3,267 a week. Code cracked. This has a specific amount of money in a short period of time, and it's pithy, right? It's short and sweet, and it gets right to the meat, right? That's why I like this. That's why I want to use this as an example. Okay, guys? Yeah, just give me a sec, Todd. But guys, those are all sneaky swipes, right? That I was talking about. By all means, don't only use sneaky swipes. Use them once or twice per day on each autoresponder. Okay, you don't want to push the envelope with those. They're very powerful. Okay, and always try to tie them in, like we talked about, because that makes them legit. Okay, but let's take a look at this one. This is what I would call the kind of go-to number one slot in your holster, whatever you want to call it. Quick and easy money, short period of time, but it's pithy. While a lot of people would make this long and winded, this gets right to the meat. You know what I'm saying? All right, click on that. Let's take a look at it. Hey, do you want that kind of income in a hurry? Get instant access. This is good, guys. You know why? Because it gets straight to that first link after barely any text, right? You want to make that first link, particularly in the always, but especially in the ones that aren't tricky swipes, put that link up real high and keep it kind of generic. Don't give them something to say no to, right? That's another important point. A lot of people, give me a second, buddy. A lot of people give people something to say no to. This is a sales principle. It took me a lot of years to learn. This is why we always talk about try to be generic. Just use curiosity and benefit The more curiosity, the better. Um, it's always good to promise a specific dollar amount of money in a short period of time. The shocking three-step income system pockets $321 daily, and you can start in the next 5 minutes. Get instant access, right? But a lot of people will actually will actually turn people off by being too specific up here. Okay, keep it very blind, very almost bland, and make them click to find out more. You know, let's keep going on here. Just like so many, this underground super affiliate spent years trying to make money. He's finally cracked the code. Blah 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 blah. This is the conventional hit him again. If the first one doesn't get him, push a little further, right? Push it, push it, push it. More benefit, more quick and easy money, more exclusivity, more scarcity. It's spots are limited. Link, right? You're kind of just pushing it a little further, right? But I do like this general template of having 3 links in each one, because what you'll find is by far most people click here, but there are some people that want a little more meat to chew on, the more analytical types, right? Then I click the second link, and then why not have 3, right? If that makes any kind of sense there. I think we're at the hour point, guys. We're going to be wrapping this up real soon. But let me just see if I can. I'm gonna go back to that other swipe that I believe. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Todd wanted me to go over. Did you? Was that Todd or was that? Yeah, it was. Okay, excuse me. Where was that? Here we go. Facebook warning. Okay, guys. What's powerful right there? There's a bunch of things. A, it's extremely short, 2 words. B, you have fear of loss. Fear of loss, not to sound like a sadistic person here, but as a person that spent lots of years as a copywriter, learning how to put words on a piece of paper that get people to move, right? Get people to take action. Fear of loss is one of the most powerful driving factors. A lot of people would see this message. I would even say add Facebook account warning to it, so it seems like more personal. They would not be able to not open it. Okay. Then again, hey, have you seen this? Remember, very generic. Don't give people something to say no to. Don't be too specific. Keep it light and airy. Barely any words to read. Link. Okay. And then, and I think this guy was just very astute when he added, it's on hundreds of people's Facebook walls. Word has gotten out. Check it now. It's almost like it just goes with the story behind it, right? It's all over the place. It's almost like this new announcement came out, right? This is just a killer swipe. I just can't really, really good. So that's an example of it's a different kind of sneaky swipe, right? It's not like your $1,800 commission. It's not like we're transferring money to your bank, which are both powerful. It's almost like a little more legit, right? It's a little more legit actually, because it's just a warning, basically, right? It seems a little bit more legit, and it says so little that it's almost, I don't know, it just seems a little bit more legit to me, if you guys kind of get that. So that's, I think, enough for the sneaky kind of swipes. And in all honesty, guys, if you're new, until you're making good money, keep it to those. Keep it to this quick and easy money in a specific amount of money in a short period of time, and the sneaky swipes. Just stick with those 2 different kinds, By all means, you're free to test different styles out if you want to on your own, but those are the only kinds I use. Full disclosure. Okay, guys? So looks like we've gone on a solid hour right now, guys. I just want to open this back up to you guys to take care of any last questions you guys might have. Now is the time to ask. Again, guys, I want to get back to the point I talked about earlier. If you really feel like you're struggling for clicks and you've been in the stage 2 for over a month, I do think that by using at least 1 or 2 tricky swipes a day on both of your autoresponders, that will make a huge difference and probably get you where you need to be, pretty much. But B, if you really feel like because you're not on GetResponse anymore, that's either try to get back on GetResponse, and again, all you guys need to do is give us your web form ID. Okay, or give us your login to your new GetResponse account, and we'll plug you right back in. Okay, stage 2. If that's not an option, or you just don't want to deal with GetResponse anymore, go ahead and sign up to eBizAC. It's EBIZAC.com. It's very inexpensive, I think, to get started. You can opt just for the autoresponder. All you need is an email list or autoresponder. You don't need the rest of their tool suite. And I would say eBizac. And this is really if you can't get back on GetResponse only, guys. Okay, then go ahead and sign up for eBizac. The one thing I'm going to tell you guys is once you sign up for eBizac, if that's the route you're going to go, and you're not going to get back on to GetResponse, you need to open a support ticket and open up a support ticket and just say, please switch my account to single opt-in, okay? Because eBizac, I believe, defaults to double or confirmed opt-in, which of course we do not want, right? You need to open a support ticket on ebizac.com to say, can you please switch my account to single opt-in, okay? And we need that before you guys can start getting your list built there, okay? Real quick, Jay, when we can review the webinar inside. Yeah. I mean, Jay, we're still working on those. To be totally honest with you, the thing is, I need to listen to all those, right? So I can really cut to the nitty gritty about what they're about. And that's very time consuming. So we can put them up now, guys, but they're just not. They're not going to be titled, right? So you're going to have to go through a lot of stuff, And in all honesty, most of what we've gone over on these webinars is kind of redundant. So once you've been to a couple of them, I mean, this one's a pretty special one because of the stuff we talked about today. But because of that, we think your time is, generally speaking, better off going through the members area, watching the videos that are in there. The real value of these webinars is to get the one-on-one help. Okay, guys, that's what these are really for. But again, if you guys want, and it's part of the reason it took longer is we were dealing with all the shenanigans, right? All these competitors of mine gunning for me and stuff like that. If you guys really want them up, I will make a forceful effort to put them up. It might take me a little long to title them all, though, if you know what I mean, okay? Ken, and if you had your hand raised, Ken, I apologize. I'm going to go ahead and try to unmute you real quick, Ken. Ken, are you there? Can you hear me? Can you talk? You there, Ken? No biggie. You might have had your hand accidentally raised. So I'm going to go ahead and mute you again. Ken, you're asking me, Manny. Excuse me, guys. Manny has suggested not to email a list until it hits 3K. In all honesty, I probably differ on him there. I would say at least once you have at least 1K, go ahead and email the list. Because once again, it's all about fresh blood. Okay? Sometimes me and Manny are going to disagree. Just the nature of how life is. And I would probably say 1K, because it's all about freshness. And in all honesty, guys, the fresher the lead is, the more responsive it is, the more clicks you're going to get out of the list. Does that make sense? So why wait? Why wait? Why let a week or two pass by when you could have been hitting those fresh leads up? But I would say 1K is the best starting point. Below that is kind of just, I mean, I don't know. To me, it just feels better at 1K. All right, guys. Well, I hope this is a very valuable webinar for you guys. I hope we addressed most, if not all, of your concerns. Again, the 2 points I want to keep drilling home here is start using 1 or 2 sneaky swipes on each of your autoresponders each day. That will by itself easily add 100 clicks a day to your sending ability. And obviously, as your list gets bigger, it'll add a whole lot more than that. Okay. B, if you've been kicked off of GetResponse and you feel like you need another powerful autoresponder back in your arsenal because what you have right now isn't cutting it, either get back on GetResponse, okay? Try to be a different person when you do. Use a spouse, use a friend, whatever, okay? Different credit card, different computer if possible. I know it's easier said than done. If that's not an option, get onto eBizac, ebizac.com. Go ahead and open that support ticket. Tell the guy, all you got to say is, please change my account to single opt-in. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. He usually gets that done in about within 6 to 8 hours, honestly. All right. And that should really get you guys back to where you need to be. Okay. Do I know how many people with my course are using email sender altogether? The only people, Ryan, that we've put on email sender are the people that got forced out of GetResponse. So it's probably about 8 or 9 people, I would say. Maybe 10 at the most. I hope that answers your question. Okie dokes. But definitely, if you guys are not on GetResponse, and like, for example, if the only autoresponders you guys are on right now are GVO and email sender, definitely either get back on GetResponse or get onto eBizAC. Okay? You definitely want one more power player in the mix, for lack of better words. And as you guys already know, we're still working on this whole self-hosted thing, which is like the ultimate solution, like to never having to worry about anything ever again. So we'll be updating you guys more on that ASAP. Okay, guys. As usual, any questions or concerns or anything, PM me. I'm here for you guys to the best of my ability. Manny is still on his little medical kind of leave. He had to take his wife somewhere that was actually far away from where he lived, and he's still on. I think these 2 or 3 days right now, he's actually kind of like off completely because his wife's actually having an operation, I think. But beyond that, he will be gone longer, but he's still going to be online. Okay, guys? So again, any questions, any issues, hit me up on Skype. Thank you guys for being such awesome clients. And let's get you guys sending more clicks. Let's get you guys making the kind of money you need to make with the advice and the remedies that I went over today. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.